Welcome back to Castaways. This is episode 3, and we're doing extremely terribly poorly. Our Philip Ashton here, who is an amateur hunter, has 0 energy to start this turn with, and 2 injuries, and that is very bad. So we're going to have to do something about it. And to keep in mind, we also have this card in play, May They Rest in Peace, and at the beginning of the turn you roll a die. If the result is less than or equal to the number of players, a random player receives an injury. So basically we need to roll a die and hope we don't roll a 1. I rolled a 2, so we don't get an injury. And that card will remain in play until we get rid of it, which means we have to spend 3 energy and 3 wood to build the burial site for all of those shipwrecked crewmen that washed up on the beach. Wow, so we are in trouble. So we're going to have to do a lot of resting this turn because we're not going to be able to get energy back any other way. But of course, the first thing we do is we're going to be doing an event card. And so at the start of the turn, we have an event taking place. And this is a sunny symbol. So our sun token here is going to move 1 to the right. We're not into the losing an immediate energy yet. And 1 plus. Does something wash up on the beach? Well, it would, but we already have a crate here, so we're not going to add a second one. So we're just going to leave the one we already have there. Oh great, a fire. Well, it says, weather is scorching and the campfire is lit, the shelter gets burnt, returning it to the previous level, and you lose any wood tokens from the storage as a result of the roll. Not quite sure I'm going to interpret that, but my battery's dying, so give me a minute here to change it, and I'll reread the card and be right back. Okay, we're back in business here, and I've reread the card. And I see there's a period at the end of this sentence, so I think you're just supposed to roll a die and you lose as many wood tokens from the storage as a result from the roll. But I'm not 100% sure because it says if the weather is scorching, which it is not, and the campfire is lit, which it is not, the shelter gets burnt, returning it to the previous level. So I guess you don't roll that die because there was no fire because it's not scorching and the campfire wasn't lit. So I'm actually going to ignore the roll of the die and lose that much wood. We're already in enough trouble. I am not 100% sure if that's how you do this, but we didn't meet the 2 conditions at the beginning, so I'm going to say that a fire never happened. So that was our event. So luckily for us, we didn't have the campfire going, and we haven't built a shelter yet. So that really didn't have too much of an effect, except it is a timer. There's only 21 of these cards. And that's what's going to happen. All right, it's time to do our actions. And like I said, we're going to have to rest a lot. So our first action, we're going to rest. Our current level, we get an energy back. So we're going to go from 0 to 1, and we lose 1 injury. So that's great. For my second action, or for my first placement of a colored meeple, you know what? I'm just going to have to rest again. This is really terrible. It's going to take us up to 2 energy, and we're going to lose another injury. So we've healed all our injuries. Oh, and I shouldn't be doing this out of order, but I am. And now we need food, so I'm going to place it up here in camp. This can be eaten, and we basically receive one of these non-perishable food items. And that's it. That's basically us doing all of our actions that we could do this turn, which leaves me with a grand total of 2 energy here at the end. And now we have to get into the survival part of the turn, which is eating. So we're going to eat our 1 food that we got. So that's going to take us from 2 energy up to 3. Luckily we have no injuries. But the campfire is not lit. When the campfire is not lit, you're going to lose 1 energy for having slept on the beach in the cold. So we're back down to 2. So not a very exciting turn, but we were in such trouble with energy and injuries, we had to do something. And now we would roll for injuries and see if they turn into traumas, but because we don't have any, we don't have to bother doing that. Okay, and that's really basically the first turn, and it went so quickly that obviously we're going to process another turn. So we're sitting at 2 energy, we have 2 wood in the storage, and up next is going to be a second turn for this episode. Okay, that was really, really quick. May they rest in peace. I got to roll the die again. If we roll a 1, we're going to get an injury. No 1. We roll a 6, we don't get an injury. That card's annoying, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about it. Okay, now it is sort of action time. And boy, we're in real trouble. We only have 2 energy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rest. That's going to give me 3 energy. And now I'm going to start placing my colored tokens. And oh, hang on. Before I do that, I did not even. So back up. We didn't do an event because that's the first thing you do at the start of a turn. Sorry about that. Here we go with our event. Let's do it in the right order. So it is a stormy symbol. A storm is on the way. All right, so we're going to move that way again. So we're back to where we started, so that's okay. A 1+. Well, as you know, we already have a crate in here. We're not going to throw another one in there. If the weather gets worse due to the last event card revealed, place the weather marker on storm. Let me read that again. If the weather got worse due to the last event. Well, the last event was weather getting better. Place the weather on storm. So we don't have to. So luckily, our card before was a good weather card. And so a storm is on the way, but it's not as threatening as it looks. Now we can start doing our turn. So yes, I will get energy back. 2 to 3. I think my first placement of this is I'm going to go fishing. So I'm going to put a token here on the fishing. We're going to grab the top token off there. Let's have it be something good. And it's 2. So we got 2 food worth of fish by fishing. That is quite good. We have 3 energy. And I wonder, oh man, I don't know what to do. I almost think I should go get that crate, but that just knocks our energy down again. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go here. And we're going to retrieve the crate. It's going to cost us 2 energy, taking us from 3 down to 1. But we are going to retrieve the crate. So what we can do is we're going to take the top 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, off of here. And we're going to get to keep one of them. We can spend our last energy to keep 2 cards. So we got a Bible. If no one takes this card, all castaways receive 2 injuries and lose 1 energy. If one of the players takes it, add card 4 to the camp. Oh, come on. All right, remains of the hull. Add 3 wood tokens to the storage and discard this card. Ooh, that's pretty awesome for wood supply. Seeds. You choose whether to eat them. You receive 3 non-perishable food, or sow them. Add card 1 to the camp, then discard the seeds. Ooh, we're getting lots of good cards. Tools. Discard the tools in order to get all the energy you need to build a 1-turn construction. You only have to pay the building materials. Whoa, another really useful card. And the mirror raises the chances of being rescued from the island. Oh my god, I'm going to have to think about this. I think because they're such good items, I am going to spend my extra energy. And I'm going to keep 2 of them, but I'm going to have to do some thinking here, so I'll come right back and tell you which 2 I'm going to keep. Okay, I thought long and hard, so I'm going to show you the ones we're getting rid of. We're going to discard the tools. We're going to discard the remains of the hull. We're going to discard the mirror. All pretty useful items, but the 2 we are going to keep, we are going to keep the Bible. And the reason is I don't want to take 2 injuries and lose another energy. So if one of the players takes it, you add card 4 to the camp. So we're going to keep the Bible, and we're going to add card 4 to the camp. Well, what is card 4? Well, card 4 is this one. It's prayer. Give us good weather, we pray. Take a look at the top, or take a look at the next event card. You may leave it on top of the deck, or you can pay an energy to shuffle it back into the deck if you don't like what you see. So this goes into our camp and now becomes an available activity for us. And lastly, I'm keeping the seeds. Now I have an option to eat them and get 3 food, or I can sow them and I can add card 1 to the camp. But I'm just going to get the 3. I'm going to eat the seeds. That's going to give me 3 food. And so that's what we're going to do there. And that's going to put 3 food into our reserves here. So that should ramp me up pretty good for the next turn. Okay, and that basically is going to have our activities happen. So all of our activities are done. And now we're going to go into the survival phase. And what's nice is I have 2 fish. So I'm going to eat the 2 fish. That's going to give me 2 energy. I'm going to go from 0 to 2. And I have 3 non-perishable foods here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and eat all 3 of them. Eat that whole bag of seeds. So I'm going to take me from 1, 2, 3. That takes me to 5 energy. So that's pretty good. The unfortunate bit is, with the 5 energy now, it's time to see if our campfire's lit. Well, it's not, and so we're going to lose 1 energy for sleeping on the beach in the cold again. I might want to think about starting the fire on the next turn. Okay, boy, oh boy, it's getting tricky. And that is basically going to be the end of another turn. So another pretty quick turn. I think we're going to do 1 more because I still don't think I'm going to explore this turn. I kind of want to get my camp set up a little bit better. So let me do some thinking, and we'll come back for a 3rd and final turn for this episode. All right, let's process another turn. First thing we do in the turn, of course, is we're going to go to a new event card. And when that event card deck runs out, you lose the game. So yeah, it's tough. It's a tough game. A log arrives to the shore. Well, we have no symbol here at all for weather, so the weather's just going to remain where it is. And we have a 3+ for a crate washing up on beach. We have 4 crates left, 3+, so indeed, a crate will wash up on the beach. And, oh, good, cool. Add 2 wood tokens to the storage. That is pretty darn good. So we now have 4 wood in storage. So yeah, I think lighting the fire is going to be a pretty good idea. And I forgot to roll for May They Rest in Peace at the beginning of the turn. I don't want to roll a 1. I rolled a 5. Okay, good. I don't want to, I have the cards here so I can see them, try to remember everything. So May They Rest in Peace is still not causing us issues, which is good. We have a total of 4 energy. We have 4 wood in the supply. I'm going to do a bit of thinking, and then I'm going to come back and do my actions. Okay, first thing I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to go fishing. So we go fishing and we process it immediately. Oh, darn it, we got 0. 0 for food. That is very problematic for us. That is not good. Now with solitaire play, you can use the white meeple and your colored meeple. You can double up on activities. I could go fishing again. Boy, that was a terrible terrible pull of a tile there. I wanted to light the fire this time too, which I still want to do, but I need food. I'm going to have to go and take the guaranteed food. So I'm going to receive 1 food. So I'll receive 1 food. Oh man. And yeah, I gotta try to get the fire lit because it's just killing us at the end of the turn. All right, so processing everything. We've already done our fishing. We've already received our 1 food. Now it's time to light the fire. And how lighting the fire works is you spend a number of energy, any number of energy you want. I have 4 energy. If I spend 3 of it, I need to roll a 1, 2, or 3 to light the fire. If I roll a 4, 5, 6, I don't. If I spend 4 energy, if I roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, I light the fire, and such and so on. But if I spend all of my energy trying to light the fire, and I don't light it, then when I lose an energy for a non-lit fire, I'm going to take an injury instead. So, wow, I don't know. I think I'm going to spend 3 of my 4 energy to try and light the fire. Come on, let's have some luck. A 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fire will be lit. Despite my best efforts, I am a failure at getting the fire lit. Wow, that sucked. Okay, I can see the not winning this game, so that was terrible. And so that's all my actions spent. So now we're into the survival mode, and you must eat. So all these fish, these 0 fish, are completely useless. I got nothing for my fishing efforts, but I do have 1 food, so I will be able to eat that, going from 1 energy up to 2. But unfortunately, and I don't have any injuries to roll, so I don't have to worry about that. Unfortunately, fire, I couldn't get it lit, and that means that I am going to be in trouble, because I'm going to have to take 1 energy damage for not having a lit fire. So I'm going to go from 2 energy down to 1. And I think I'm going to leave off this episode here. It hasn't been too exciting. We haven't done any exploring. I've just been trying to get my energy back. I got enough energy back to try and light the fire. I got a crate from the beach, but I was unable to light the fire, and that really hosed me big time. But hey, that's how this game goes. And I only have probably about 16 or 17 more turns left to get to the top of the island and then try to escape. So, wow, I don't know. I don't think I'm doing very well in this game. But it is tough solo, which is what I'm doing. So bear with me here. So thanks so much for watching along. This is Castaways. I'm playing complete solitaire version. Which means I'm having a rough time. You can see there I couldn't get the fire lit, and that hosed me big time. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for subscribing, liking my videos if you do. Join me next time for the continuation of Castaways, where Philip Ashton, our amateur hunter, is not having a great time. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.